sometimes they're even wishing us bad behind. 2025, I will tell you, I said earlier, it's a great year. He said, in all things, we should give thanks. In all things, we should trust God. In all things, we should be hopeful. While we are giving thanks, a lot of other people are in sorrow. You can imagine the family of Orwell Ademola. You can imagine the family of Anthony Joshua's parents lives on the street around, I can't pick the name, around Molipa, on the same street with my mentor. And I can imagine the state they will be, the state of mind they will be. Anthony Joshua is still alive, but those two that lost their lives, I was reading this morning online that this other guy, his name is not coming up, is actually a humanitarian. I think an African country, he has mentees that he is sponsoring, and end has come. This mentor, this sponsor, sponsorer is not there anymore. So what becomes of those people? 2025, it will be a year they will never forget. It's a year that has changed their story. It's a year that has changed their situations. But despite all, we need to carry up our shoulders like, yes, it's going to be good. It's going to be fine. There is one thing about hopelessness. If you give in to it, that is the end. But let us stay hopeful. Yes, 2025 has its serious challenges, has its serious issues, has its serious happenings, has its serious disasters. Yes, fires keep is it fire? Solid marketplaces in Lagos, in Nigeria keeps burning. Traders that have been made solidly in different things they sell came to zero. I still watched one this morning, Oshodi Arena. I mean, that is a place where you can get almost everything. It was raised down in about 28 hours ago. Yes, 2025. For a lot of families, they might not be able to say 2025 is good, but I will encourage that. Shoulders should be raised up. Yes, we can. I won't forget to share mine. I am a poultry farmer, and majorly we stayed with layer birds. We were encouraged to go into broiler birds that it pays, is this, is that. And we did. I tell you, the very first one we did as a family, we lost almost 2 million. And here I am with IPP. So when I say 2025 is great, it's not as if everything went well for me. It's not as if everything went without issues. No, I had my challenges. I had my downturn. In fact, I'm going through one presently. But yet, I won't say it's not a good year. But I tell you, some families might not be able to say it is. But yet, there is hope. We are not hopeless.
Thank you very much. So let's go to unachieved goals, achieved goals, dreams, and desires. What would you say to people? I'm very sure you also had some things planned out for 2025. I did too. Did everything come to materialization? Not so, but some did. And were there areas of concern, places that you're supposed to have done rightly and you didn't do rightly, strategies that were supposed to be put in place that were not done adequately, or errors that you could not account for? So while you're sharing yours, how would you advise people who are in that situation? Because it's not just, these people do not have to experience all of these disasters, but this is a personal, physical, psychological, emotional, financial downturn.
Yeah, I say when success plans fails, it can hurt a lot. I tell you, it's a moment where you ask questions that can't be answered. You don't have anyone to answer those questions for you, and you're asking. Especially if you put time, so much hope. I spoke about hope and hopelessness. When you have so much hope, when your identity is fully sold into them. I am speaking from experience. I can relate. Moving on doesn't mean pretending it never happened. You don't have to pretend those things didn't happen. No. it's better you even acknowledge it. It only means that you have learned how to carry it, forward in a healthier way, where some steps, here are some steps that can actually help. I have it highlighted here. The first one I said is let yourself feel disappointed. I mean, feel the disappointment. When things happen, you will hear people say, you are a man. Let me say it in Yoruba, ọkùnrin ni ẹ má bàrà jẹ́. To ọkùnrin ṣá, I'm sorry, I had to speak that. No, feel the disappointment, feel it. If you have to let it out through tears, feel relieved, do it. Don't listen to, no, you don't have to do it. Be strong. Let the disappointment be let out. Feel it. Don't even judge yourself. Don't judge whatever disappointment it is. Just allow it to be, release it. Feel it, release it. Feeling sad, feeling angry or embarrassed is normal. Failure does not mean you are weak. Failure actually means you tried something meaningful. Suppressing those feelings often makes it harder to move on. Don't suppress failure. The feelings of failure that you have, don't suppress it. Please feel it. Let it just go. I have here, separate your worth from the outcome. A plan falling says something about that plan. A plan that has failed, is saying something about the plan. Not about you, not about your value or potential. One result, your future. Even very successful people have long lists of plans that didn't work. Let's ask Dangote. Let's ask Otedola. I think Otedola even wrote a book on that. Let's ask Adenuga that owns Glow. Let's ask Mommy Bukwawoshika. Let's ask all of them. Our number one oil mogul, and her name is not coming through, but let's ask all of them. They have their failure stories. My son is into forex trading, and it's been like, oh, mom, it crashed. When each time I'm like, get out of this, you say, mom, it's been crashing. I'm gonna make it in it. The spirit is so strong. Others will fail once and they'll be like, I'm never gonna. I remember when I failed during my broiler business about 4 months ago. I said I was never going to do broiler business again. Yeah, I have another set. I started with 500. I've moved to 800 now. But then you understand, failure should not be your final stage, your final location. Move on. Review what happened. You failed. What happened? But gently. Have a review. Those things that crashed you, those things that made you fall, those things that made you fail. Have a good review. What happened? What parts was in your control? What parts were not in your control? Have a review. Grieve the version of the future you actually imagined. Manage expectations going forward. Take care of your mental and physical well-being. Yes, something has happened. It didn't go the way you expected. It didn't go the way you planned. No, that is not the end of the world. Mentally, be good. Because it is when you are good and sound mentally that you can have other plans. Yes, I want to move on to success practical steps to set yourself on for this new year. I quickly want to move on to that.
All right, so before you move on to that, let's just welcome everyone into 2026. Welcome, Happy New Year. Nice to know that you made it to 2026, and I look forward to having you throughout this year, 2026. So even as we move into 2026, and just for Mrs. Modupe to continue with what she's just saying already, now I'll just add all of these questions: desired goals, aspirations. Now, what are the strategies that you would suggest Now, for those who made a mistake in a particular business, you said it that you started something, it failed, but you still stood your ground, and instead of like reducing the number, you went a bit further. Some people might just say, okay, let me go back to doing little, so that when I fail in this, it won't pain me too much, it won't affect me too much. Some people lost billions of naira, dollars, and all of that while trying to pursue their career or their businesses. But now it's 2026, strategies, desired goals. What are those things that you, as a person, will advise every one of us to put into place while going about our daily activities, daily living in 2026?
Yes, like host rightly said, I think I will do it my own this time around. Welcome to 2026. There is a tradition here. You hear us say Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. I tell you, it is our year of whatever we desire, whatever we work for, whatever we aspire for. I can tell you positively, prayerfully, we will have it. Yes. Most times it is actually heartbreaking, disappointing when you plant something and you've seen the end result and you're like, oh, this is gonna go in this right direction that I have laid down, and you will be shocked. You will be shocked that it's not even going out. But we should not get disappointed. We should not get discouraged. Yes, that is the proper word I've been looking for. Don't let us get discouraged. 2026 will pay off. Yes, 2026 will be our year of wow. Wow, there are things that will happen. I'll be like, wow, it came without struggle. It came without stress. It came without disappointment. That is our 2026 was. I want to repeat this, and I'm intentional. Work and build in silence in 2026. I don't know why I'm saying this. Please, if you're moving into 2026, we are moving into 2026 together. Do a lot of things in silence. My husband had always said something to me in Yoruba before now. My husband, I don't know why he's like that. The meaning in Yoruba, I'm like, I'm sorry I'm using this word. The meaning is whatever success story you are building, don't make noise about it. Don't even announce your success. Let your success speak for itself. While those, yes, perfect example. When a pregnant woman is carrying the baby has to be inside for 9 months, 9 solid months, with serious care, caution, attention, and all of that. You have to be careful of what you eat. You have to be careful of where you go. You have to be careful of what you wear. You have to be careful with a lot of things so that baby comes out healthy, sound, and alive. Let our success story for 2026 be incubated until the delivery date. Definitely when the baby is coming out, one of my babies like that, a nurse came, checked me and said, oh, you're not going to have this baby until about 48 hours. You know what is amazing? My success story announced itself. She had not gotten back into the ward, into the delivery room, when my baby's head just pushed out on his own, and they were screaming her name, nurse, nurse, the baby is coming out. Do you get? She had said, I won't have the baby until 48 hours. But lo and behold, the baby was ready to come out. That is how our success story should be for us. Now, having said that, you should have clear, practical steps. Clear, practical steps to set for yourself. I have here, reflect before you plan. Let that be a reflection. There is a place in the Bible that says, is there any man that will want to build a house first and will not sit down costing it? That thing has been working for me. Because sometimes when you want to go into construction, I just had a poultry expansion and I can tell you, I can relate. A rough sketch of the poultry expansion was about 5 to 6 million. That was a rough sketch. But when a proper planning, when a proper costing was done, it was over 10 million. But if a proper costing had not been done, I would have been stranded in between the expansion. You understand? It would have been an abandoned project. But because before we even went into it, we had a perfect understanding, a perfect idea of how much we will be needing. Yes, from the things we bought, some things where we had some things in excess, but it was better that way than having gone into it and having to go around begging to complete the project. You should take a moment to reflect on the things that didn't work, reflect on how you did it, reflect. Between you, there's this culture and tradition here. New Year resolution. New Year resolution. I have not seen anyone that thing really helped. I'm sorry, except you do a proper reflection. What says when a child falls, it looks forward, but when an adult falls, an adult actually looks backward, looking at who pushed him, what went wrong. But the child will always look forward. Let us be an adult. Let us look backward before we look forward. Let us do that. What I have next year is, let us check what went well last year, 2025. What were the things I was able to achieve? What are the things I was able to do? What are the things I was able to put right? What are the things I was able to put and to do right? What are the things I was able to actually achieve? What are my success stories? Let us check what didn't. What did I learn? What did I learn? How did it help me? How did I adjust? How did I move on with it? The second one I have here is set clear realistic goals. Some goals are not realistic. We know it ourselves. When we set those goals, we know it that these goals are not realistic. But don't let us just give ourselves. Yoruba will say, "Kama furani igbo didisho." I don't know how to say that in English. I'm sorry. When you get to a place and there is no possibility, yes, with God, all things are possible. But let us be realistic. Let us be realistic with our goals. Instead of vague goals, let us set realistic goals.
Okay. All right, ma. So I would like you to run it over quickly because we're actually running out of time.
Okay. And I conclude, build positive daily habits. Let me conclude with that. In 2026, be intentional with your habits, be intentional with your character, be intentional with your relationships. That is one thing that is very, very important that people miss. You relate with this person, you're not sincere with the person, you're not truthful, you're not loyal. Let our relationship, let intentionality come into everything we want to do. You want to achieve success, be intentional about it. Be careful with how you talk. Be careful with how you relate with people. Be careful with what you do with people. 2026 is our year of achieved goals. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I wish we could continue, but we have to end it here. Thank you once again for coming. Thank you for being part of us in 2025. I really do appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And to you out there, thank you too for being part of 2025. It was a great year, and I'm glad to know that you're still with us in 2026. We are open to your suggestions, your questions. So for all our viewers, and we say thank you. And for all our guests in 2025, we say thank you. And for those of you that will be contacting this year, please oblige us and thank you in advance. Also, make sure that you set realistic goals, as she has said, and ensure that you see through what you cannot, and don't overburden yourself. Take one step at a time and you will get there. We are just starting the year. We still have like 11 months to go, even though it's still very fresh. But enjoy the year and pray hard, be safe, and also wish every other person around you the best of life. Until next time when I come your way again, be safe and Happy New Year again. Bye for now.